great toys like this and more, head over to Big Bad Toy Store. Click the link in the description below.
This is a skull-faced warning. The following video may be biased due to one man's unexplainable love for an 80s toy line.
No, we're not doing that this time, Bobby. No. Because X-Transbots took my favorite GoBot and turned him into this piece of crap. And not only is his build quality terrible, but they've also equated him with possibly the worst Transformer there is. Who would make Turbo wheelie? It just doesn't make any sense. So, let's take a look at this guy. I don't even know what to say about it. It's terrible. You can see that pieces don't hold here very well, and I haven't stressed anything out. I haven't, done anything rough with this guy. I've transformed him 2 times now. Once to see him the first time, the second time to actually take pictures for a sale thread. So yeah, I haven't seen any reviews of this. I figured let's get it done. And yeah, this looks nothing like Turbo. He's red. That's about it. I actually would rather take Lightspeed from the Warbotron set and put a turbo head on that and call it Turbo, because this is just not it. Yeah, the plastic here is the cheap X-Transbots plastic. This is the worst of the worst X-Transbots plastic. I can't really compare him to Ollie. I never had it, but I assume it's probably about the same. He does come with 2 accessories. He comes with Wheelie's little slingshot here, and you're supposed to be able to lift this on up and plug this into the back there for storage, but I'm assuming because of the spoiler here, you can't do that with Turbo, so that doesn't work. Not that you really want the slingshot anyway for a character that doesn't use a freaking slingshot. On the other hand, you also have a gun. Also kind of pointless because the GoBots shoot out of their hands, but whatever. Let's just say for modern sake we're going to give them a gun, and you can at least store that right on here. Now what's completely apparent about this guy is just how nothing fits together. This is not me poorly transforming it or anything like that. The fact of the matter is that once you start plugging things in, other things start coming apart, and you can never get this guy in a position that everything is tight and seamless and he looks good. And let's not even start with the front pieces. So let's just go from here. Let's transform this hunk of junk. We're not even going to call him Turbo. It's just not right to the GoBots. And I know many people consider GoBots inferior to Transformers. I don't care what you think about that, if you think that or not, but this is just a tragedy on any level. This could be Select Converter's toy, and I feel like this is an insult to the name of Select Converters. It's an insult to the name of Wheelie, frankly, when it's Ollie. The transformation is good, the car looks good, it's just that it's so poorly made that it's just bad. Anyway, so you saw I took these front ends down, and look how loose they are. They're awesome. They don't look like they're going to break off in 5 minutes or so. We take this, we fold this on out, and I am going to show you how to get it back to the vehicle mode because it took me a long time to figure that out. Longer than it really should have. Anyway, we fold them on out just like that. You can see we've got the front of the car here. We're going to rotate the legs on around, just like so. You want these big thigh pieces on the side. Rotate this around, and we'll come to this back hollowness of the leg. We'll unplug the side of the car here and flip his foot out and flip out the actual toe piece. And then what you do with this is you take this and you bring it around, and it's supposed to kind of sit and lock right in there. Just be careful with that plastic because it's terrible. You bring this front piece here now and you swing this all the way on around, and you use it to fill in the back of the thigh so it doesn't look like a big hollow mess. I suppose that's okay, but it's still terrible. We're going to take the foot here, flip that out. Again, do the same thing on this side with the wheel. And you do have to make this fit. It's not like you can swivel the hinge and make it fit. Like, you legitimately have to stress the plastic a tiny bit to make it happen. So there we go. We got 2 incredibly loose, stupid looking legs. I don't know if you can see just how loose he is, but I mean, you can barely get him to stand up on his own. Yeah, so there's our first problem. Look. Whatever. Maybe it's because the rest of it's not transformed. Spoiler alert, it's not. Anyway, we're going to take his arms here, and we're going to fold these on down like this. And then we'll come back to this part, make sure that we're not locked into anything, because God forbid we stress this plastic even the slightest bit here. And we're left with this. So what you're going to do now is take this piece, and carefully, because look how crappy of a piece of plastic this is hooked onto. You see that? It is probably like 1/8 of an inch wide. And we fold this down around like this. So any resistance there is not going to be good for us. So once we've got that like this, now we get to stress all the plastic again as we try to bring it back. But, well, you can't because, well, you can on this side, but this side you can't because they made the plastic tolerances wrong. So you have to even more stress it so this top piece clears that piece right there. I suppose you could file it down if you want, but who cares? Take these arms, flip them back to the other side here, and from here we'll work on his head. Bring out his little collar pieces here, and bring his head out like so. And then we can fold this on down to the back here. Like that. And we'll bring his collar pieces all the way up to the front now. And there we go. We've got this, and we'll fold this on up towards the back. Now the spoiler piece drops down like this. And you kind of take this all to the back like that, and this is where it gets tricky, and this is actually where I've got stressed out plastic, is on these sliding pieces. So they tell you to fold it in and then slide it in, but you rarely can ever do that. So what you actually need to do is start the sliding process like this, and careful how you push on it, because you will stress things out inside there. I don't know if you can see inside there. You can kind of see it. See that white line? That is most definitely stressed out plastic on this mechanism. But anyway, you slide these in together as carefully as we can so we don't break this stupid toy. And then we'll fold this back up as best we can, if we can. Because see, the mechanisms, they impact each other, so it just doesn't work right. And we need these arms in the front. Boy, this guy is just frustrating to deal with. You don't want to slide these in all the way, because you need to get them up here, and then you need to use the back wheels to actually lock this mechanism in place. So let's see if we've got it this time. Just like that, and we'll slide it on in. I said we'll slide it on in. Oh, I forgot this little piece too, I'm sorry. This little gray piece here has to go down. Let's try that now, see if that helps us any. It probably didn't though. So there we go. Let me slide this right on in. And it says slide it until these black pieces, the black tires, are behind the chest, but I can see no possible way to get this to slide in any more than we've just have done. So that's about as best as we're going to get. So we'll take our arms here and we'll close the shoulders up here. We'll try to get his fist out here. That's not going to happen, so we need something to get in there. And we'll do it again for the other side. Just like that. And there we go, we've got Turbo. Hooray! He looks so good, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I mean, it doesn't matter that Turbo's belt is up by his chin. It doesn't matter that the windows aren't the right color. It doesn't matter that his head looks like a goth guy wearing a helmet. Just doesn't even look the part. And look at this. Look how floppy this piece of crap is. This is just so terrible. So terrible. We've got hands that do have a little bit of articulation on the fingers. We've got a painted gun, so when you try to slide it in, you're going to end up taking paint off of the handle. This is terrible. He's tiny. He's so tiny. Look at him. What is this? Why does this not actually lock in any way? Why was this rotation joint so loose? It's so cheap. This is awful. I am glad I never picked up an Ollie, because if Ollie is as bad as this one is, and it's a character I dislike, there's no hope for it. Not that there's much hope for this one either. So let's talk articulation here. Head is on the swivel here, and then it's on a ball joint, so you get a decent range of motion out of it. Shoulders are on the ball joint here, so you get a good range there. A bicep swivel, a double jointed, nope, single jointed elbow. It looked like it was double jointed by the way it was made, but it is not. It is only, oh no, it is double jointed. I was just afraid to put any pressure on it, so you get about that range on there. Of course, the hands are on a swivel and the fingers are articulated. You saw his free-floating, 80s whirlwind gimmick of a waist swivel here. Ball jointed legs, a thigh cut, and a double jointed knee. Then you come down to the toes and you get the swivel there. Yeah, pretty standard, but with the crappy materials, he just flops and wiggles and just doesn't do anything. That's about as awesome as you're gonna make him look on a shelf if that's what you want. So I know what you guys are thinking, but T2RX6, he'll look good next to my other GoBots. Not true. The only ones he'll actually look good next to are going to be the Roswell and Vanguardian that came from TFCon a couple years ago. If you're going to put him next to Salamore or Kokomon, there's not a chance. Let me just show you. Here is MMC's Salvia, for reference. Here is a Legends Optimus Prime, like the old Scout size. And here is your Voyager Grapple. I unfortunately don't have Salamore or Kokomon handy. I don't even own Kokomon, but I don't have Salamore here. So I can't show you that, but I promise you this guy doesn't work with either of them. Both of them are bigger than her. So yeah, not going to work unless you want to use that Roswell slash Vanguardian display. So let's get this guy transformed and on eBay where he belongs. We're going to start by unclipping the back here and folding this out of the way, and go ahead and pull these on out just like so. And we'll bring this on up just like that, and we'll fold all his little collar bits back down here just like that. So there we go. We've got that. We're going to take this, and I'm going to move this out of the way here and fold his arms back so we can bring these little bits around and unfold these panels here just like that on both sides, right around there, and fold this on in just like so. Now we have this. Let's go ahead and do his hands here. We probably could have done that first, but whatever, I like doing things in my own little order. Take that, fold it in, take this, fold it in, and then take this whole thing, and it's gonna sit up and back just like this. So now we have that all done, we can take this and fold it all forward and get all these pieces to match up with the car. The back piece pops out, and then you just simply line the back arms up with those grooves there. So there's that. Then we're going to take this piece here and we're going to fold this out of the way. And we're going to take these long pieces and fold them to the bottom just like that. And fold the legs around like so. From here, we'll take the wheel wells out and we'll fold the toes in. So fold these out and then unplug these loose, easily broken pieces on both sides here. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because when you fold it on, the instructions just tell you to fold it on up, but that's not quite what we want to do. What you actually want to do is make sure, and I gotta double check here, but because we have this double jointed knee here, you want it to fold at not the lower joint like this. You want it to fold at the upper joint where the knee pad is connected. And that's going to actually bring this thing on down and around how you need it. You also want to take the foot and have it angled in, because the little crotch piece here that is just superfluous is just going to... Superfluous? Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. But anyway, yeah. It's going to fold around that little crotch piece there that really was not very necessary. So once again, go ahead, fold it down at the knee portion. Move these like so. And fold these on in, just like that. And now that's pretty much what we need to get it together. We'll go ahead and clip things and just push things together. Make sure that our wheel wells are clipped in the right area. Just like that. Plug it in. Rotate these pieces on up. If the knee pad is in the way, make sure you have it pushed down to the front there. And there we go. We've got Sonic back in his car mode. Don't buy it. This is T2RX6. See you next time.